Welcome to the August and September Desert Trail Cam. If this is your first time watching Desert Trail Cam, this is a video journal of the animals that live around my home in Tucson, Arizona. This is sort of a unique month for several reasons. Because of the extreme weather events, most of my cameras didn't really work very well. One got washed away in a flood. Another got blown over on the tripod, and so I have limited footage from several angles this time. However, there are some particularly interesting pieces of footage. For example, later on we're going to see some nectar-feeding bats. They come around and visit this time every year, and I take my cams on the road and go help a friend see some skunks at her pottery studio. The monsoon this year was quite extreme and did a real job on my fence. I had to rebuild it more than once. But my pain was this cottontail's gain. She was able to reach these fresh, tasty mesquite leaves she would not have otherwise had access to. The coyote is coming along to inspect my job, see how I did at repairing the fence. And now the bobcat missed to make sure that everything is in order. This is one of their favorite paths. There goes a house cat. And here's a bobcat marking on this barrel cactus. I forgot a bowl out there while I was checking on the fence. I had to go get it. The bats showed up near the end of August. And actually, they're still here. I'm making this video on October 10th. And usually by now the bats have moved on, but it's been so hot in Tucson this year. The temperatures into October have persisted to be so high that I guess the bats just haven't been triggered to start their southward migration. I actually saw them tonight. This hummingbird is impatient for the woodpecker to hurry up and finish. But Gila woodpeckers really take their time on the nectar. So this is my friend's pottery studio. This is right in the middle of town. She could smell a skunk while she was working there and wanted to see who was living under the place through the crawl space. And the main resident seems to be this rock squirrel. He's the culprit we caught most often on the cam. He's quite interested in finding water in the hose and the spigot. There was also a cottontail rabbit that seemed to use the crawl space, though we didn't actually see her go in. She was very interested in it, though. She kept going over to sniff and check it out. And my friend's nose did not deceive her. There was indeed a skunk hanging around the pottery studio. She smelled it under the house. It's a big fluffy skunk too. Back in my neck of the woods, the rabbits and the bobcats and the coyotes and quail were all up to the usual business. That Verdon was curious. There goes a bobcat. And there's quite a few coyotes that go by here. I tried a slightly different angle than I usually use, just in case the water came again, but by this point it was so late that that wasn't really a risk. Deer went by fast. Here's just a couple of representative doves. I had, many videos of them. Here's a roadrunner off to the left. Well, thanks for watching Desert Trail Cam. I've set up my cameras here in October and I'm trying to be more careful to make sure I get more regular footage. See you then.